let's talk about how to find your dream design school. For experience, I really know how overwhelming it can be to try to find your perfect design school. First, you don't know any, and then after doing your research, too many to choose from. Don't you worry, I felt the exact same way when looking into my bachelor program. And still do right now, because now I'm looking into my master's. And it still doesn't feel that much easier. Which is why I wanted to make this video. And I created a framework to help the two of us to find our dream school and make a decision. I hope that sounds just as exciting to you as it does for me. Because I'm going to go through the same steps, and in the end, hopefully, the two of us both found our perfect design school and can celebrate together. I really wish I would have had this video when first trying to find my design school. And it took quite a lot of work to make it, to really help you and to make your decision as easy as possible. Which is why I would really appreciate it if you just watched it until the end to get maximum value out of it. In this process, we already use a design framework to make the decision. So we learn a design workflow before even going to university. One of my biggest problems back then was just to not know any universities. And maybe you feel the same. I knew some regional ones in my area, in my city, but nothing really beyond that. Even right now, after studying for such a long time, I know a lot of universities, but not all that is out there. But that is our first goal now. Discover and find out as many universities as you can. But before trying to find out about all universities out there, please trust me and do this. At least grab pen and paper, but even better, a text document. Or the best option, start a spreadsheet. If you don't have Excel, you can just use Google Sheets, OpenOffice or LibreOffice. But why you want a spreadsheet for later on is just to very clearly organize your list of universities, pros, cons, and so on. And having all that in a digital spreadsheet will make it that much easier. Because when I first tried to do it all by hand, it was a mess. The categories like name of university, name of program, location are common sense, I would say. But the ones I suggest you adding are the cost of university and also one for comments. Because believe me, later on you want to add some comments, what you want to look into more later on, and so on. But with that setup, now you can really look what universities are out there. The most obvious way to do that is just to Google it. And that's a good first plan. A lot of websites will pop up. But problem is, a lot of universities don't really have good SEO. Even the good ones. And the ones that have, not always are good universities either. So after the first round of checking Google, comparison sites in your country or worldwide, and all indexes like that, we will use a secret hack, which is totally awesome. I know when you hear secret hack, alarm alerts go off and you think it's something sketchy. I can't blame you. But I promise it's totally not. What if I told you that there's a magical tool that lets you look at which universities all of your idols went to, and also the ones all the top designers from your country went to, or in your area? It exists, and it's called LinkedIn. It is basically like Facebook for professionals. And I don't tell you to join LinkedIn because it's good for your future career or something, but because it's literally the best tool for this job right now. Because what you can do on LinkedIn is to filter by people in your region, specific companies, maybe your dream companies you want to work for later, and then look on their profiles where they studied. And this, in my experience, is the best way to find high quality, maybe not that well-known schools. And I recommend you to write down the names of the people you found the university through for the next step. Maybe add a column for that. If you watched until this point, you seem very interested in becoming the best designer you can be and going to design school. That is exactly what this channel is about. So consider subscribing for more videos just like this. Perfect. At this point, both of us hopefully have around 20 to 30 universities. We haven't looked into them too much, but we have a basic understanding about what they are. Perfect conditions for the next step. But that wasn't the only problem I had. What did I want out of a school? And more importantly, what would I need from it? The problem is, if we don't know what we're looking for, how should we ever find it? But luckily, that's what the next step is for. So let's get in our next step and define what the two of us need. First, list out what is important to you and really be honest with yourself. And for real, I'm not only talking about the degree type, what professors you want to study with and in which city or something, but also what your values are. Are you a big climate activist? Those beliefs and hobbies really can influence your choice in university. And then also define your hard limits. Do you have to study in a certain region or country? How expensive can it be? How long can the degree be for? And all others. If you need any help trying to come up with something, try to answer these basic questions. Where do you want to study? And why? Why do you want to go to design school? What do you want to get out of it? What do I want to learn? What type of people do you like to be around? Do you know what type of learner you are? If so, what kind? And if you have any problems trying to answer these questions, ask your friends and family to help you out, because a lot of the time they know you better than you think. And once you have all of these answers ready, let's use them to filter out all those universities. Look at them a little bit deeper. Obviously, your hard limits will filter out many of them, especially stuff like price and location. But then, take a little bit of a deeper look into them, and you will soon see, even from their website, that they might not align with your values, for example. And now, once we're done with it, we have less than 10 options. I sadly don't. But that is okay, even though it will make the next step that much more complicated. So congratulations to have less than 10. Way to go. The thing is, no matter how hard you look into it, how many comparisons or reviews you read, you never get a real idea on how the university is. Which is why in the next step, we develop our understanding about what this university really is like. Does that sound exciting to you? To me it does, because right now I have this big list of universities and have to find a way to narrow it down a little bit. So let's go on. And seriously, who could give us a better idea about how these universities really are than students or alumni, so people that used to study there. So why don't we just ask them? I really understand how this is a scary idea, but don't worry, especially a lot of professionals will be happy to talk about their university because they really like to remember the time they spent there. So remember how we found those people on LinkedIn? Maybe ask them first. But in general, your best choice will be people that graduated 1 or 2 years ago and can give you a relatively fresh perspective on this university, as well as how it prepared them for their work life. But you also want to talk to current students. And especially undergrads, most of the time are not on LinkedIn. So the best way you can find them is on Instagram. You just have to find the IG page of that faculty and then look through the followers. Because a lot of students write into their bio where they study. Please be super respectful and don't be mad if people don't answer you, especially the ones that are newly starting a job. But when talking to them now, try to figure out these questions. Where do graduates work? How's the industry contact of that university? Do they offer internships or have a lot of projects with other businesses? Who are the professors and what is their credibility? What is the city like the university is in? And where exactly is that university in the city? What is the university's teaching style? In this step, really go hard on your potential universities, because you want to narrow it down to your top 3. I just barely did. But now there's something I can't follow you on right now, because right now I'm still on my exchange in Taiwan. And the next step is to really get a good feeling about the university. And the best way to really decide that is your gut feeling. So I want you to visit those potential dream universities and observe 3 things, because that helped me so much when I first looked for my university. What does your gut feeling say about the city, the vibe of the people there, how the university feels to you, and does it feel like home? You can go there on an open day or a regular one. That can especially work because you talk to students already and they might be able to just show you around. And now in the best case, you found 3 universities that all sound like they could be your dream university. If you did come this far, please write me in the comments, because I want to be the first person congratulating you. But now that you found your dream universities, that's just the first step. And the hardest part of getting into it is still before you. So watch my next video if you want to learn how to create a portfolio that gets you into a dream design school.